I think this is a critically important point that is often overlooked, that if you start with the data, you will end with the data, and oftentimes you will not actually end up with a good result coming out of that. The question that I ask my teams all the time as we sit and talk about strategies, we look at results, et cetera, is what question are we trying to answer, right? And when you have that question, when you form the hypothesis, when you have a question that you're trying to answer, and then you use the data to answer that question, then we find that then you can act on it much more, because generally speaking, you're asking a question because you're seeing a problem, you're seeing an opportunity, and you want to address it. We have across the company 1,000 of what we call hosts, and these hosts are individuals whose job is to take care of customers based on the data that we have about the customers, as well as based on their personal interaction relationship with these customers. And so what will happen routinely is a customer will come and visit us. They will make themselves known either through our loyalty program or through some other means, and a host sitting somewhere in Bally's or in the Flamingo or what have you, whatever property that customer is in, might then get a ping on their BlackBerry, on their iPhone. And that ping is generated by that customer swiping their card or in some other way letting us know that they're there. It then going to the database and saying, who is this customer? How valuable is this customer? What have they been interested in? Do they have a good experience last time they were here or a bad experience based on our research work? All sorts of information. And it then triggers a ping to these hosts. And the host will say, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so is sitting here, or at least that's where they were 2 minutes ago. And great value customer, had a bad experience last time, really enjoys steak. Go and say hi, and here's the budget that you can operate with as well. We have these shadow budgets that we're able to use to take care of customers, to provide service to customers and what have you. And so that host will then go up and introduce themselves if they don't know the customer, and actually then start to engage in a dialogue guided by the data. We don't script it, we don't overly script it, I should say, because you can't, that feels scripted, right? But instead we empower them with the data, with the constraints of the budget and what have you, and say, go out and make this customer happy. And what they'll be able to do for a mid-value customer is different than what they'd be able to do for a high-value customer, just because of the economics of the business, but they try and actually provide everyone with a great experience within those constraints.